And once you meet somebody who's closer to your sex drive, and once your sex drive steps up to the next level, which it always does, what you believe today may not be what you believe in 5, 6, 7 years.
And I'm not saying that, but there are, like, Tom, okay, here's an example. Would you ever sleep with a man? Ever?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Oh.
I don't think so.
No, you wouldn't. Are you kidding?
But not because of morality.
Right, and this is not necessarily a morality issue. But there are things that do not seem appealing to you and never have and probably never ever will.
Dear, the point is I'm 49 years old, and by now I know what appeals to me and what doesn't.
Right. And
the fact is, when I got married at 18, I thought I would never, ever have an affair. Ever.
Why did you have an affair?
Because I needed it.
And you chose to do that, correct?
I chose to fulfill my needs.
Right. You make a choice. It's not like...
Well, and you may make a choice, too, to fulfill your needs. Let me give you an example, Tina. You know, every day you eat 3 meals a day. And you eat most of your meals at home.
Okay.
One day the refrigerator is empty, so you order a pizza.
All right.
All right. Now, normally you eat all your meals at home. And frankly, you'd prefer to eat all your meals at home.
You're not comparing...
But every once in a while, there's nothing in the refrigerator, and you have to punt. Now, if you have your boyfriend with the low sex drive, who does what most people with low sex drives eventually do, they have less and less sex with you.
Okay.
And you are less and less fulfilled. But you love him, and you don't know how to say goodbye to him. You may change your point of view on this, as millions of people do. I didn't say you're never getting laid, dear.
No, I'm saying...
But if he's already got a low sex drive at this age, you can only imagine how much worse it's going to get. Remember...
I mean, once a week. It's at least... It's not like...
Once a week?
I know.
Dear, let me tell you something.
For some people that works, though.
But not you.
But in a relationship, you have to sacrifice. And that's one of those things.
No. If you're with the right person, you don't have to sacrifice.
That's not realistic.
It is real. Dear, I'm telling you, as someone who used to believe what you believe and learned by experience, anytime you have to compromise and compromise and compromise with somebody, it means you picked wrong.
Just because you have to but who's saying I have to compromise and compromise and compromise?
You have a high sex drive, and you are with someone with a low sex drive.
Right. But that's just
sex once a week. You're 22. And by the way, dear, the first 6 months of a relationship are the gold standard. It only goes downhill in bed.
I've been with for almost 4 years. I mean, I know that.
So what, were you going to get twice a week in the beginning?
No, I mean, it's always been pretty consistent.
Once a week?
I mean, obviously when we first started, it was more because I had never done it before and he was all excited, so...
Oh, so this is the only person you've ever been with?
Right. I knew I shouldn't have told you.
Okay.
I knew you were going to put that one out.
It's so obvious what's going to happen here. And the only person who doesn't know is you, and that's fine because you're going to find out.
And you know what? Like I said, I'm not saying that he's for sure...
When you realize what you've missed, when you find a man with a 14-inch personality who can take you into a room with a hot tub for 3 days and never come out for air... And you realize that as opposed to Poindexter at home, who gives it to you once a week at best, reluctantly, when you see the difference, dear, you might have a different point of view. And I know you think you know better, but you were a virgin when you met this guy. You know nothing about nothing.
I know better. I'm not saying that I know better.
By the way, how many women had he been with before you?
I don't know.
Was he a virgin too?
No. God, no.
How do you know?
I know that much because I know someone.
Because he's that good in the sack.
I'm sorry?
He's not that good in the sack. Come on.
I didn't hear your question.
I said, was he that good in the sack?
Yes, he's very good.
Oh, yeah. Like the locust that comes out every 13 years. What are they, cicadas, right?
They're 17 years.
Right, 17 years. Right. It's like that. They're real good at making that noise every 17 years, but what good is that?
But it's, like I said, oh, my goodness. Okay.
He's a sexual cicada.
I hope not, because 17 years is a long ass
Phoenix
time.
is filled with cicadas.
No. The thing is...
Yes, it is. I live there. I know.
Once a week is something I'm okay with. Like, would I like it more? Yeah, of course I would. I'm 22 years old.
But, dear, what you don't know is that when you turn 25 and then 30, your needs increase. His won't.
How do you know?
Dear, I'm 49. I've been with women 25, 30, 35,
that's just
40.
your personal experience.
That is everybody's personal experience who is my age. We've been with them at every stage in the game.
Okay.
And I'm telling you, Tina, when you hit 30, it's partly in some way, I'm sure, related to that biological time clock everybody talks about. You're going to be more horny when you hit 30. Write it down. Read a book about sex, dear. It's in there.
I don't know if that's possible, but okay.
Read a book about sex. Read one. Joy of Sex. Read a book about sex, which I'm sure you've never done.
Actually, I have.
Which book did you read?
It's,
Not by Dr. Robert Schuller or by Billy Graham. I'm talking about a real hardcore book about sex.
Okay, so you're right.
Read a real book. Women are out of their minds at 30, and they have needs.
Right, but when he stops meeting those needs, then it'll be a different story.
Dear, I'm telling you, when that big strapping pizza man comes over, because there's nothing in your refrigerator, I'm telling you, one day you're going to come out in a negligee to pick up that pie.